I can't wait. Could this man be a more hackneyed portrayal of a dubious Russian, I ask you? What? From time to time, it occurs to me. Is the fellow dubious on account of his Russianness, or Russian on account of his dubiousness? I really don't think either of those things should be occurring to you or anyone. That's right, Mr. Sholmes. And Mr. Sholmes, I know this man's beard and dark glasses are hard to ignore, especially on first meeting, but I once read, it is a capital mistake to theorize before you have all the evidence. It biases the judgment. I must have complete silence. What are you doing? Why are you peering into my face like that? He knows something. Ah, just as I thought. Yes, I've quite made up my mind now. There can be no other explanation that accommodates all the facts. Miss Royland, I have reached two incontrovertible conclusions. What? What do you mean? Number one, your true identity is that of a villain. Using those shears, you're about to end the existence of something most dear. Are you not? Oh! How did he know? And number two, the other conclusion I have drawn. You are, at this very moment, no less, in the midst of committing a most grievous crime. Beneath that beard, your mouth quivers with nervous tension as you realize you have been discovered. Does it not? Oh, he knows! He's like, oh no, Haru-san, I've never imagined I would witness one of Mr. Sholmes' great deductions with my own eyes. That was a great deduction? Nothing can deceive Mr. Sholmes. In a single glance, he can deduce all there is to know about a person. What? What an affable twaddle. Oh yes, I've read about it countless times in the Great Adventures of Mr. Sholmes. Herlock Sholmes, by the way. And now I experience the astonishing impact of his great deductions firsthand. This is a dream come true! Oh my god. He's fangirling right now. I am fangirling too, so I can hardly believe it, but all the color has drained Mr. Roylat's face. Yeah, look at it. He's all gray now. It looks like somehow both Mr. Sholmes' conclusions were right. How? How could you? How could I possibly know such a things? You wish to say? How do you know that? What the heck? Very well then. I shall elucidate. Never mind. I shall explain how it was that I arrived at this pair of conclusions. So I could cordially invite you upon the journey of logical discovery. Let us board the train of reasoning. Put plainly, let us walk through my deductions together. The Great Deduction. The game's afoot. Ooh, I love these. Topic 1, Old Man's Identity. Deduction up there. So, the dubious looking Russian, Mr. Roylat. Obviously, what catches the eye in the first place? It's the enormous pair of shears in your hand. Or what about the newspaper that's sticking out, but oh, whatever. Now, we ask ourselves, what could you possibly want with such an implement? The answer, of course, is staring us into the face. You're on the verge of using those shears to cut away the copious beard of you spot. Now, moving on. He's like, what? No, I wasn't going to do that. What the fuck? The question then begged is this. Why would you decide to rid yourself of this magnificent beard, Mr. Herlock? Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on the matter. We do? Really? Regard, if you will, the morning's newspaper, in particular, the fascinating front page article. Which, it would appear, you have read also, Mr. Herlock. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary. Ooh, but it doesn't look like him! In translation, the headlines reads, Revolutionary violent Bolshevik flees Russian via Shanghai. As you cannot fail to observe, the subject of the article possesses an extremely copious beard. Having noted the article yourself, you decided to remove your incriminating and facial hair before it gave you away. In short, your identity is beyond doubt. You're the fearsome revolutionary, Russian revolutionary, himself, violent Bolshevik. Not that I've heard of you myself, you understand. He's a genius! How did he figure that out? Just kidding. Topic 1, conclusion. There you go. He is the revolutionary. Topic 2, wrongdoing. Now, as for my second conclusion. You are, at this very moment, on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. How does he know? And the proof of this crime is over there. Oh yes, Mr. Herlock. Taken unawares, people have a prosperity to let their eyes stray, you see. Oh! He knew! and I assure you, the eye speaks so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. The answer we seek lies where the fugitive glances falls. Fugitive, I can't read. The proof of your crime sits before our very eyes. Yes, the traveling case. It is time, I think, that the case be opened and its contents laid bare. No, I refuse. What could you possibly be concealing inside, we ask? By my estimation, a young lady perhaps, one slight enough to fit therein. Don't be absurd. And one pray would be the identity of the young lady in the traveling case. Dear me, we are not well suited to the life of crime, are we? Your careless coup d'olé, whatever it is, that's right, I know French, betrays you. Once again, we need to only follow the fugitive glance to find the answer. Oh my god, I can't. I need to breathe. He's talking too much. Yes, the reason you refuse to open your traveling case can equally be found in the pages of this newspaper. For there is another, most stimulating article. If we turn from the fleeing revolutionary to the back page. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. Such a headline can lead us to but one conclusion. Your crime is that of abduction. Why did he have scissors then? Actually, never mind. And according to the article, the young lady's name is Nikolina Balvova. Conclusion: kidnapping a young ballerina. Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of the Russian enigma Elementkintsy. I can't. Elementsky. Oh, there you go. Elementsky. Sasada-san, that wasn't one of the great deductions I've been hearing so much about, was it? Well, the stories are full of Mr. Sholmes' brilliant deductions, you know. But that did seem a little different somehow. Excuse me, Mr. Sholmes, could you come over here for a moment? Hooray! What can I do for you? It's about your deductions. Would you mind? Not at all. Go on. Well, to start with, there's a newspaper article. I think we had the same discussion before, but... these two men look nothing like each other! Ah, yes, I recall our discussion earlier, and at that time, I believe I told you. The man in the revolutionary was able to revolutionize his own appearance. No, you did not! In fairness to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Roya does look more like the man than you do. That's not the point. And another thing, the part of him abducting the ballerina. Indeed, a truly startling revelation. At first glance, the case would appear too small to accommodate a young woman. Not just from first glance, it is too small, clearly. You'd be lucky to fit a 5-year-old child into that case, even if you push really hard. I don't suppose the missing ballerina is a 5-year-old child, is she? Or baby, by the way. You mean you don't know? No, the young lady is 15. No, I didn't know. How could I? Well, if she's 15, then 10 years worth of her would be poking out of the case. That's what the fuck? Wait, is this not the what? That's actually really funny. Holy shit. Some years ago, I read something pretentient, I believe. A trope of men consuming vinegar daily in order to promote a certain leatherness in their bodies. But that doesn't mean everyone does it, though. Come on, vinegar? For such a sour punch, it would surely be simplicity itself to contort oneself into a confines of that small case. Oh dear, I might be thinking of contortionists in the circus, Mr. Sholmes. This whole thing is turning into a circus. Mr. Naruto, something's occurred to me about Mr. Sholmes' deductions just now. I think his powers of observation are, well, magical. His eyes cut to the heart of the matter almost instantly. It's just when he directs his attention, his logic, that seem a little off. Your idea of little may be a little off itself, Mrs. Sato. It's just that one or two key words of his deductions that seem to let him down. So I was wondering if we might perhaps tactfully switch them for alternatives. What do you think? Switch some keywords in his deductions. Yes, but very tactfully. I feel sure if we could do that, we'd unlock a true genius of Mr. Sholmes' great deduction. Precisely the thought that was going through my own mind. I know I'm wrong, but I want you to help me prove it. I like how he's like, this man's a lot of work. At times, I wonder how anyone puts up with me. That's not that funny. And you, my good fellow. Sorry? Take a moment to look at your wrists. My wrists? Oh, freedom! I can escape! Where are your handcuffs? I don't know. Huh? How did... I'm the one who put it on you, mate. Let's get it. I felt that they may hinder your ability to follow me in our dance of deduction. I don't believe it. Mr. Sholmes, you are a marvel. And don't worry, I shall restore the shackles to your wrists when we are finished. I'm not worried, in fact. I'd rather stay like this. I mean, I think it would be so annoying to be like walking like that, honestly. His hands side like that. Or like get bruised up, honestly. It looked tight enough, honestly. Oh shit, I didn't mean to push that button. So let's begin. Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. Instead, with company. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. Alright, so for those who don't know, for those who obviously know, this is my favorite part of the investigation part of the game. So whenever we go investigate, there are moments where our great friend Mr. Herlock Jones does the dance of deduction with us, and as you see, he gets it wrong at times. So it is our job to correct him, and so as we do so, every time when actually I'll explain it as we go. So the Dewey is looking rushed, Mr. Roylott. Obviously, what catches the eyes of in the first place? So we are replaying this. Basically, the first time he did his dance of deduction. He just gives out all the things that he made mistakes, and then it's our job to prove him wrong. And once it's our job, our time to just shine to help. I can't talk apparently. Once it's our time to to chime in, he will always say the same thing regardless. Right here, we're replaying the dance of deduction, but as you see, it's now saying correction. It is the enormous pair of shears in your hand. Now we ask ourselves, what could you possibly want with such an implement? The answer, of course, is staring us in the face. Wait, there's something behind this guy's back, right? You're on the verge of using the shears to cut away the Koopy's beard, you spot. I'm not sure. Would you really use the shears like that to cut off a beard? So as you noticed, the character had an exclamation point as Mr. Sholmes, as Herlock Sholmes discovered something he was on to something. He got nervous. But once he said something, like he was about to cut his beard off, he then became the question mark came up instead. That means that's whatever he said right there, whatever Mr. Sholmes said right there is what was wrong in his deduction. And now it's our turn to just correct him. I doubt it's something I ever will have to worry about. It doesn't quite sit right with me though. It doesn't seem to be sitting right with Mr. Roylott either. See, as we noticed, which means I suppose the deduction is wrong. There you go. Let's try to switch a key word here, Naruhodo-san, and see if it helps, if it matters. Alright, but how? I think we should start by taking a long, hard look at Mr. Herlock. I wonder if it's really his beard that he intended to use to cut the shears on. So that's exactly what we're trying to figure it out. He said that Mr. Sholmes, not Holmes. Mr. Sholmes said they wanted to cut his beard, but instead he was trying to cut something else instead. If we do manage to find something that seems to fit the sense of Mr. Sholmes' deduction better, then what? Then I'll leave the rest in your capable hands, Naruhodo-san. Alright, now it's our turn. Why am I the one to do something about this? You're smart enough. You're smarter than me. Well, anyway, let's see if there's anything we could even use to switch around in the last sentence. What exactly was Mr. Roylott really going to use those enormous shears for? Alright, so we have to look around, and as during these times, we can just move around the cursor, but we can also move side to side with the camera, so... I think I spoiled it right there. But anyways, let's see. Can we not look at the cope button? Before we get to the actual, I would like to observe the other stuff before we do so. Are you looking at the buttons of this coat? Could it be that Mr. Roylott was planning to cut these off? Oh, why? Well, when you're wearing a thick gloves, it can be very hard to undo the buttons. Take off your gloves, mate! The fuck? Could you just take off your gloves first? Aha! So he was going to use the scissors to cut his gloves off then! This is Sato. I have the same... I'm thinking the same thing right now. I want you to take a deep breath and look at this from a fresh perspective, Naruhodo-san. Oops. I think she's angry. Yeah, she got angry with you. But sadly enough, we can't if it does not show a check mark. Oh well. I guess we have to make sure we remember looking at the scope. It really is a full beard, isn't it? Yes, although according to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Roylott was about to cut it off. I still think that he looks nothing like the man pictured in the newspaper article, though. And apparently, merciless revolutionary, violent Bolshevik. So if he wasn't going to cut off his beard, presumably he was going to cut something else. Yes, we need to look at this from a fresh perspective and try to work out what. I like how sometimes when I like doing these, like trying to see alternative dialogue, because it kind of just shows like it gives a little color of the personality the characters have, and you can just clearly see how much of an idiot Ryunosuke is at times. Like, holy shit, why would he think that? It's a very thick hat, isn't it? I can finally see where Phoenix Wright's line of thinking comes from, and where he gets his smarts too. So, that's a secret, you see. Naruhodo-san, don't you know? Secret? What? Well, before we left Japan, I took some time to study various foreign countries. Russia is a land of unimaginable cold. Why is he wearing it then? It's not cold outside right now, is it? And a thick hat is a secret to keeping warm. Without one, I read that your brain would freeze. I think that's with eating ice cream, but I don't know if ice cream exists during that time, or if it's common. That was just one of the fascinating snippets of information of Oh Mother Not Russia. I think maybe you picked the wrong book there. Alright, now for the actual thing that this person was trying to cut. And I think I think everyone would have known that I kept on slipping up with my words. I was not stuttering, I was actually slipping up with my words. What's this? It looks like a cascade of stunning golden locks. No. The color is not the point. The point is, what's it going on? What's it doing on the back of Mr. Roylot's head? And how's it growing out from the underneath his thick black hair? Well, yes, that's true. It is stunningly beautiful and stunningly surprising. Something's definitely not right here. Alright. Now then. Yes! That's what we're supposed to do. And press triangle to present like that. The golden locks you spawn. You were on the verge. I was gonna give him the. You were on the verge of using the shears to cut away the golden locks you sport. Indeed, you have identified the precise detail I was intending to expose. Such lush golden hair certainly does not befit an old man. He first talked about his beard. What the fuck? And now he's like, I noticed it. You're not a man at all. You're a woman. And judging from the length of the sheen of your hair, you're still very much in her youth. Oh no. That's why I'm giving him the bad voice. I know I do bad voices. But I was giving you one on purpose, by the way. If only I had managed to cut off my hair, no one would have suspected. The question then begs is this. Why would you desire to get rid yourself of these magnificent locks? Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence that shed light on the matter. Gasp. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary. Well, that was a shock. I had no idea that the old man was really a young woman in disguise, did you? He's like, Susato's like, I could have sensed it. I knew it was a woman this whole time. What? Why are you staring at me like that? Yes, it was a surprise, Naruhodo-san. You're enjoying this, aren't you? Sorry? You look like you're in your element as you dance around the room deducing the facts with Mr. Sholmes. I'm just doing what we agreed! I'm not having fun at all! Not at all! This is strictly business! Strictly business! Yes. wait, I didn't read how close my hands were that. Strictly business, not strictly Yes, I understand. Say no more. Well, anyway, let's focus on this next part of Mr. Sholmes' deduction, shall we? The evidence that he's picked out doesn't fit the facts at all now. No, that's true, given that Mr. Roylott is actually a woman. Exactly. He, or rather, she, can't possibly be this merciless revolutionary. I suppose it's because the deduction as a whole has taken a different direction now. Yes. Let's switch the evidence of something else. Something that fits the facts as we now understand them. For some reason, this woman needed to try to hide her true identity. I feel as though I've either read or heard about a young woman in a situation like that recently. Alright, I'll do my best. Alright, since we already did the research, who can it possibly be? Jeez, I wonder. Yes. The article about the ballerina. The evidence that reveals your true identity is of course, the article of the ballerina. That's right, you hit the nail on the head. Renowned prima ballerina of Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. It would appear that we are finally able to address you by your true name. Yes, because your true identity is that of a Novovich Ballet's prima ballerina. Miss Nikolina Pavlova. Oh shit! Oh, did she stab her? Oh! I got scared for her! I got scared for her! I thought she was gonna get stabbed by her own scissors! Oh shit! It was fake! Oh, I'm just kidding. You're right. My real name is Nikolina Pavlova. But please, I beg you, don't tell anyone. Oh wait. Sorry, I'm sorry. A ballerina on the run. True identity. The wrongdoing. Alright, so how is she kidnapping herself? Huh? No. That's one of my second conclusion. You are, at this very moment, on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. What crime would that be for a ballerina? And the proof of this crime? Over there! Oh yes, Miss Pavlova. Taken unawares, people have the prosperity to let their eyes straight, you see. And I assure you, the eyes speak so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. The answer we seek lies where the fugitive glances flaws. The proof of your crime sits before our very eyes. Yes, that traveling case! I don't think it is that, honestly. This woman is a ballerina, and she's right in front of our eyes. So clearly, she can't be inside a traveling case at all as well. No, that's right. It seems she wasn't abducted at all. In which case, what is this crime this young woman is apparently committing? Huh. I can see I'm going to have to step in and fix the great detective's mistake again. Again? Yeah, we really do. He needs a babysitter. He needs us the whole time. To get shit done, apparently. You seem to look pleased, Naruhodo-san. Do you like the idea of another chance to dance around with Mr. Sholmes? Stop it! Stop it! Please stop! Shut up. Anyway, there must be something else here that shows what the woman's up to. Alright. So what could be the thing? Let's look at the traveling case. Oh, we just saw it! It's a very small case, isn't it? You could see instantly that no person could possibly fit inside there. So does that tells us that Mr. Pavlova's telling glance in the direction was focused on something else? If that's true, though, it doesn't make sense. What do you mean? Well, if there's nothing incriminating inside this case, why did she refuse to let us look inside? Yes, I wonder why. Perhaps she is perfectly harmless reason? She has a perfectly harmless reason, though? Who knows? Maybe it's her... maybe it's her clothes. Ever think about that? Like, seriously, ever think about that? It could be just the clothes. What the hell am I looking at? What's... Okay, I was like, where... I know there's this right here, the tiara, and nothing else over here. What else? There's usually 3 things that we can look at. Oh, the paper basket, I guess. The waste paper basket. Let's have a little look inside. Naruto-san! It's a poor etiquette to go sifting through someone's rubbish, you know? Those eyes. She's looking at me like I'm a piece of rubbish now. However, these are the special circumstances, I think. Hey, now, why am I talking with a lisp? What the hell? Exactly. We have no choice. Nothing. There's hardly anything in here at all. Maybe we get one of those papers and uncrumple it. It might show us the truth. I don't know. Oh, well, that's a little disappointing. Alright, then. Obviously, it's the tiara that she has right here. Wow! Look at this dazzling tiara! I never see anything like it. Are those real diamonds, do you think? Oh no, Haruta-san! Try it on! What? Me? Isn't it usually the girls who wears tiaras? Wouldn't you like to try it on? Oh no. I couldn't possibly. It's far too beautiful. And precisely, it would fit you well. Why does this tiara look familiar? I feel like I've seen it somewhere recently. Well, we know that the tiara that she had... Well, we can't look at the freaking evidence, I guess, but it's the tiara. I like how the glass just breaks. Psh, like that. The proof is your crime. The proof of your crime is surely this tiara. Huh? I believe this tiara is worn on stage by dancers in the Novich Ballet, is it not? Ah, see, he's right there. Indeed. It would appear to be identical to the tiara pictured here in the newspaper article. And if the reporting is to be believed, it is an item worth 20,000 rupees. Holy shit! In summary, we are rich. The crime you have committed is theft. Oh no! She knew! He knew! Yes, you left your ballet troupe, unlawfully taking their precious tiara with you. Like that. Why so dramatic? Wow! Okay, she got fired. I have no one, no family, no friends. I'm all alone, and I need money. I'm allowed of money. Yeah. But I did not steal the tiara. It was a present from, how do you say, an Earl of Prussia? It belongs to me. The girl's only 15 years old, and she's running away all by herself? She must have been extremely lonely. Alright, I will tell you everything. There's no point in hiding it now. Come! Let us not be hasty! What? There remains one unresolved mystery about you. Mystery? What do you mean? You have stubbornly refused to open the traveling case of yours in our presence. It is reasonable to conclude, therefore, and there exists some reason why you wish it to remain closed. Is that not so, Miss Pavlova? My dear girl, there's no sense in playing games with me. Nothing escapes my attention. Indeed, I have a good idea of the contents of your case, even before I have ever laid eyes on them. Dear me, we are not well suited in the life of crime, are we? Your careless coupe de l'oeil, whatever, I know French, betrays you. Once again, we need only to follow your fugitive glance to find the answer. And we just look over there, as he points. Yes, the reason why you refuse to open your case is written in the books on the shelf. He's completely changed tack with his deduction now. I think Mr. Sholmes is adapting his logic to the changing circumstances, don't you? Maybe, but why was he suddenly brought the bookshelf into all this? It's just a wild guess, surely. Oh, you think so? Well, it doesn't seem likely that the reason why this young woman doesn't want to open her case would have been written on the book that doesn't even belong to her. Yes, that's true, but still. Miss Pavlova certainly did cast eyes in that direction, I noticed myself. Then there has to be another reason why she won't open her case. And it must be somewhere in the same area. If that's where her gaze was involuntarily drawn. Alright, we're almost done. Bear with me, guys. But this is so much fun. I really am enjoying it. I agree. That's the only answer. Whatever she has hidden inside the case should be revealed by following her gaze in the direction of the bookcase. Alright. So now that we know, what's this small picture? We can barely tell what's in it! What the hell is this? Is this a drawing of a man? Or a mountain? It's probably like your own interpretation, like what it could be. I don't know. It's a charming little picture, isn't it? What is it? Someone climbing a steep mountain side? Or descending one? It seems to me, when you've been on the flat sea for a while, maybe you start seeing hills and mountains in everything. Wow, I didn't see someone climbing up that mountain, honestly. I thought it was just straight up, straight up a mountain or just like a face, honestly. Oh well. Ah, it looks like these are the same books that we have in our cabin. I suppose the steward likes to make sure the passengers have plenty to read for the long voyage. And have you noticed how long the books have fallen over? Just like in Kazuma-sama's cabin. Interesting. In the same direction too, is it not? It's almost like someone's taking a sweep at them. Maybe Miss Pavlova, while she was practicing her ballet. Anyway, the point is, we don't have time to look through all these books at the moment. We couldn't even if we wanted to. They're all Russian. What? Wait, what? What's the point then? Well, that's a relief. Well, that's a relief. Let's try our luck elsewhere. Oh, it's probably this. These are the rules of passage for travel aboard the SS Gloria. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in the cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. There are exactly the same notice in our cabin too. I wonder what happens if we break the rules. Oh dear, I'm sure the punishment would be severe, Naruhodo-san. We'd probably be left to drift in the freezing cold ocean. And she already says this before, holy shit. Or shut inside a wardrobe for days on end. So I've actually been serving time for weeks now. Have I? At least she didn't say like, are you a pet or are you a weapon? I can't tell. So I assume it's this.
Yes!
Can't be the picture, honestly. Yes! The reason why you refuse to open the case is written in the rules of passage. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. Inside the case of yours is something forbidden from carriage on this vessel. You have a dog! I knew it! And this is the real reason why you refuse to open it, thus revealing its contents. And it's moving. And we've seen the trunk wobbles from time to time. And no weapon or other dangerous item would have moved on its own accord. Which leaves but one possibility, Miss Pavlova. Inside your traveling case is a... I don't know. I'm the... should I do that? Nah, fuck it. It's the last item listed as a forbidden in the vessel's rules in the passage. A pet. How do did she know even though I was gonna tell him either way? Possession of a prohibited animal. Solved. Deduction complete. Elementary. That's a good pose. Holy shit. So clearly, you aren't who you said you were. No, I am not Grimsby Roylott. Of course you're not! I always say no that! My real name is Nikolina Palova. You already said that. We already know. Everything you said was correct. Sorry if I'm a bit quiet. I don't know how to do her voice a little bit higher. But you absconded during one of your ballet's company's performers in order to escape your homeland. Later that same night, you stole aboard this vessel, which couldn't have been easy. The Borea was a huge steamship with a vast crew. Well, to be fair, they knew someone was here regardless, so they had to let her in. Could she really have snuck on the board without being noticed? She didn't really. Okay, if we really think, look at this back. This newspaper was gotten today. And we've heard that last night. Or did we? I don't know. No, we did. We heard that last night that she ended up escaping, right? Or disappearing. Huh. Oh well. I think there's more to it than meets the eye. Could she possibly have snuck? Yeah. Yes. The answer is yes, Ryunosuke. It is. In order to obscure your true identity, you somewhat recklessly took this guise of an old gentleman, and you intended to serve all links with your past by severing your long hair. Yet to a woman, hair is no trifling matter. My personal recommendation is to leave it well alone. So, it was just you about to cut off your own hair. Who was it to let out the scream we heard from the outside of the cabin? That veritable tingling of a bell. You mean that which is hear the sound effect? Why? None other than sorry, I can't read. Why? None other than this young lady, naturally. More like a full set of pipes, if you ask me. I was so scared when I ran away in Shanghai. I was sure they would come looking for me. I try to be close to the mic as I talk to her, as her. That's why I decided to, how do you say, disgust myself? Ew. So no one would recognize me. TMI. As a result, you transform yourself into that questionable old man I see. Yeah, da. I put on a fur hat and fake beard. Then, just before you came in here, I saw the newspaper. Right on the page, there was a picture of me. Oh, it was me. And she's like, I look hot in this. Holy shit. I look so beautiful. Oh, they're gonna recognize me. I was so frightened. I couldn't stop from screaming. I knew that if I didn't change my appearances completely, they would find me. I don't know. If you just stayed in the cabin the whole time, I don't think no one would notice until you have to leave. So I decided to cut all my hair as fastly as possible. I picked up the scissors in my hand and... And what? What did you do? At the precise moment, we walk in through the annoyingly unlocked door. Cabin door. He wanted to kick down. He wanted to kick it. Things happen like that sometimes, don't they? Things do indeed happen like that, from time to time. Are those two even talking about the same thing? No, they are not. There's just one more thing I'd like to know. What exactly do you have inside your traveling case? I cannot say. I cannot. You were right. It is my dear friend inside. My only friend in the whole world. Please, don't tell anyone if the captain finds out. If you say to any of the crew. Don't worry, we won't tell. We ain't no narcs right here. We'll keep it a secret as long as you keep our secret. Your secret is safe with us, I assure you, but in return... In return what? Wait, what? You must tell us, in as much detail as you can muster, about all the events of last night. Oh, right. That's right. No wonder I've been forgetting something. Kazuma died! Duh! That's why we were here. Huh. Oh, well. Yes. All right. I will tell you. Tell you everything. Good. Well, Mr. Haruhiro? Wasn't it something, Mr. Sholmes' great deduction? Oh, wasn't it something, Mr. Sholmes' great deduction? It was certainly something, yes. I'm just not entirely sure what. But at least Miss Palova has agreed to tell us what she knows. That's incredible. Indeed, it is incredible. She got scared. Ah, and one more thing. Oh, yes? What? He put on your cuffs, didn't he? He put on the cuffs. Fuck. Oh well. Observe your wrists. My... Oh my god! Your hands are cuffed again. What? But how? True to my word, I have restored your shackles. When and why? There's still a shadow of guilt cast over you, Mr. Naruto. I'm sorry to say, it can't be helped at the moment. Can't it? Really? Anyway, let's listen to what Mr. Palova has to say. Alright. I can't go on not knowing. I have to find out the spectral band that Kazuma-sama wrote about his diary. Really was. Well, I can't read apparently. Anyway, but yeah. Well, let's figure that out right now.